If you're thinking about getting into sales, especially into the life insurance space, the first year is gonna be by far the hardest year of your life. I know this because I'm 6 months in and I'm leading a team that's doing between 150,000 and 200,000 every single month. Week 1, I went 0 for 47, 0 appointments, 0 sales, 0 wins. But week 2, I had 3 issue paid policies. Same person, but different plan. This video is gonna be about that plan and the one that shows you the 10 truths about your first year in insurance and the exact actions that you need to take to survive. This is not some fantasy video, but a real battle-tested map. So let's not waste any more time. Truth number 1. It's gonna be harder than you think. Until it isn't. You will get rejected and you will get ignored. You're gonna get hung up on and you're gonna get ghosted. You're gonna second guess yourself. You're gonna second guess every single day, but that's normal. But here's what nobody tells you. Pressure doesn't break you, it builds you and it keeps you moving. I've watched guys come into this and I've watched guys come into our organization thinking that they'd close 10 deals a week and then reality hits. 30 dials, 0 conversations, and they start doubting everything. But the ones who push through, well, they're the one hitting $10,000 weeks within 90 days. So here's what you do. Set a daily volume target. 40 dials, 10 conversations, 3 appointments, and no matter how you feel, you have to hit these marks. You end each day with a 2-minute debrief, 1 win, 1 lesson, 1 fix up for tomorrow, and you track your streaks. Momentum beats motivation every single time. The PPP loop, pray, plan, perform. That's your daily rhythm. Faith first, strategy second, execution third. Truth number 2, money comes slower than you expect, and then it comes faster than you could ever imagine. You won't make 6 figures in 90 days, but if you build the right skills in the pipeline, then that flip is gonna happen very fast. I went from 0 experience to running a team doing 150,000 to 200,000 every single month within 6 months. Not because I'm special, but because I followed a system that didn't quit when I got hard. Here's how you bridge the gap. You lower your expectations for just 90 to 120 days, and you just have to survive that gap. You have to set a weekly pipeline that targets 20 new leads, 10 book calls, and 3 issued policies. Celebrate leading indicators, activity, and skilled reps, not just commissions. The money follows activity, not the other way around. And by the way, I'm gonna be dropping videos like this every single week because my mission is simple. I wanna reach as many young entrepreneurs as humanly possible to help them on their journey. Now, back to the video. Truth number 3. You're gonna be getting underpaid before you're overpaid. Everyone you admire did an apprentice phase. The difference is they didn't quit. We have agents in our organization who came in dead broke, working deadbeat jobs, and some were even in debt. Now they're making $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month. Some of our top producers are even making $100,000 monthly, but they all went through the same grind that you're about to go through. So here's the playbook. Treat months 1 through 3 as a skill season. Calls, objections, repetition. Build a case study and have a notebook. Keep track of what works and what doesn't. You're not here to earn fast. You're here to learn deep. And the earnings are going to come after. So truth number 4, you're gonna lose sleep over deals, but don't let that own you. Week 3, I had a policy sliding in underwriting. It was about $8,000 commission if it issued. I couldn't sleep. What if they decline? What if it falls through? What if I was counting on that money and then it actually never even happens? Guys, that's completely normal, but you can't let that just paralyze you. So here's what I do now. I send a same-day recap text to every single client. What we chose, why, next steps, my phone number, everything they could possibly need. Issue a checklist for every pending policy, the owner name, due date, follow-up scheduled. Here's where faith enters. Pressure is real. Faith isn't an escape, but it's an anchor. So what you do is you pray and you journal and you hand off what you cannot control. And then you execute on what you can. And I promise you, when you put God first and then you do the work, you know what you need to do. The deals are gonna be taking care of themselves. And truth number 5, people are going to question you. So you need to use it as fuel. Friends and family, They're gonna ask how much you've made, if you've chose the right thing, if you should have stayed at your old job or gone to college. When I told people that I was getting into life insurance, half of them thought I was joking, and half of them thought that I was joining a pyramid scheme, or the other half thought that, when is he gonna get a real job? 6 months later, I'm running a team doing $200,000 a month in revenue, and they're asking how they can join. So all in all, I'm not saying this to brag, but to show you that even the closest people are going to doubt you, your family, your friends, your loved ones. Here's what you're gonna say to people who are questioning you. Incredibly, I'm actually learning from top performers. I'm learning directly from people who are either running or built 7-figure incomes. Action, daily targets, nightly review, and weekly pipeline tracking. And then in the long view, year 1 is just a skill. Year 2 is actually a scale. And then in year 3, there comes freedom. So here is my 12-week plan to show it so you can own it. Truth number 6. Find a leader worth duplicating and then shrink the learning timeline. The right mentor is gonna cut years off of the learning curve. I came into an organization with over 900 agents. The average agent makes around $10,000 a month, and the top performers are earning over $100,000 a month. And that's not just luck. That's a proven system with leaders who know exactly what they're doing. Here's how you choose a mentor. They produce now. They don't just talk about it when they used to produce, but they actually produce now. And they role play weekly. They give call feedback. They let you shadow live trainings and review recordings. Or you can figure this out on your own and take 5 years. But I would recommend finding someone who's already done it so that you can literally cut that time in half. So truth number 7, fortify your mind daily. Sales is gonna be 90% mental. So feed your mind or it's gonna feed on itself. And when I say fortify your mind daily, I don't mean motivational quotes or caffeine. I mean spiritual armor, real armor, the kind that the Bible says that you cannot go into battle without. Scripture says in Ephesians 6, put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the schemes of the devil. For we wrestle not with the flesh, not with the blood. Stand therefore having guided your waist of truth, the breastplate of righteousness, and the shield of faith, the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit. And that isn't just poetry, that's genuine instruction. Sales is a battlefield. It's a battlefield of doubt, fear, pressure, comparison, rejection, and none of those things are physical. So before I even touch my phone, before I check my messages, before I even think about work, I have to talk to God. Not a long prayer, but just alignment. And the other piece that people skip, your body. You cannot lead, you cannot sell, and you cannot grow if your body is soft and your discipline is weak. We treat the body rigorously so that the mind does not disobey our body. Most people fold in sales because they've been trained and they've trained their body to quit. So we don't stop when it hurts. We stop when we're done. And that shift is gonna carry into your calls. It's gonna carry into your pipeline, your objections, and your follow-ups. You become more patient, you become more steady, and overall, you become more confident under pressure. Truth number 8. You need to master your product and your delivery because certainty converts. You cannot win in sales if you're guessing through the basics. People can feel uncertainty and they can hear it in your tone. If you aren't fully confident, they aren't going to be either. When I say master your product, I don't mean memorize every single detail like a robot. I mean understanding the core things that every client actually cares about and needs to understand. So if you can explain that clearly, calmly, and confidently, you'll win more than 90% of agents in the industry. People don't buy the policy, they buy the way that you make them feel about the policy. So every morning, I want you to make a 2-minute breakdown that explains one product so that you can explain it out loud as if you were teaching it to a client or talking to a client. So what it is, who it helps, why people choose it, and then one example story. 2 minutes a day, daily, and you're done. Your confidence is gonna triple in 30 days, I guarantee it. Second, I want you to record one short practice pitch a week. Not for social media, of course, but actually for yourself, so that you can watch it back and you can check your tone, your pace, your tonality, your clarity, and ask, would I trust this guy? And if the answer is no, then you need to adjust. And if the answer is yes, then double down. Next, keep one simple cheat sheet for each carrier. Not paragraphs, not a novel, but just key bullet points that you can help explain each thing cleanly and simple when your mind blanks or you're under pressure or the client's pushing back at you. The goal is not perfection. The goal is certainty. When you explain things clearly, your clients are gonna relax. And when they relax, they're gonna trust you, and they're gonna trust you enough to move forward. That's why mastering your product matters. It's not because the information, it's about conviction. I've seen guys lose deals because they couldn't explain the difference between term and whole life in a calm, clear, confident way. Truth number 9, lead flow is king. You never know when it's gonna be the right time for somebody, and you never know what somebody has going on in their life. As long as you keep them on a text chain, an email chain, you randomly check in every 2 months, then you are going to land somebody at the right time. Truth number 10, follow-up is where the money lives. Most agents, they lose deals not because they're bad at sales, but because they stop way too soon. The agent who stays the most consistent is the agent who actually ends up getting paid. So here's the rhythm that I use so that you can follow it as well. I use something that I call the 3-2-2 system. 3 touches in the first 48 hours. Recap, maybe a quick value text, a simple check-in, a call, and then 2 touches within the next week. Maybe 1 helpful reminder or 1 confirmation message. And then after that, I try and hit 2 touches every single month for 90 days. Whether that's on a rotate text, a call, an email chain, very short and simple. But that's it, no pressure, just presence. You never know when it's gonna be the right time for someone. All right guys, so if you made it to the end, I can tell that you're serious about this. And I just want you to know that your first year is gonna test you. It's gonna push you and it's gonna push you to your limit. But as long as you have faith, discipline, and you're willing to go through the grind, what's on the other side of that is freedom. True freedom. Financial freedom, spiritual freedom, and personal freedom. And that's what we're here building. We're not just a business. We're not just a life insurance agency. We're building you a life. We have over 900 agents in our organization, and the average agent, again, makes around $10,000 a month. The top performers make over $100,000 monthly. And we have case study after case study after case study of guys who came in with 0 experience and completely transformed their lives. So if you want to experience live role plays, hands-on mentorship, and if you want to make a serious change in your life, then click the link in the bio or send me a DM on Instagram and let's get you started. I would love to meet you and I would love to get you involved.